Good Friday night, everybody. Keith Whitman here next to Vince. We got Christian on the camera tonight, and we're glad that everybody's with us tonight for the visiting Mount Vernon Tigers and the Rusk Eagles. Vince, how's it going, man?
Good. It's Friday night. I can't complain.
It's Football Friday.
It's Football Friday, absolutely.
And we're in week 2 of high school football here in East Texas, and we have a good matchup between, like I said, the Rusk Eagles and the visiting Mount Vernon Tigers. And they're already ready on the field. We had the prayer just a minute ago, and it was uplifting. I wanted to stand up and say praise Jesus all at the same time. It was a good
prayer.
one.
You know, it felt like we should have took up a collection after that.
That's right. 3 points in a prayer and that prayer all together. So we're about to have the national anthem. So we're going to go to the field for that, and then we'll have game time. So here we go on Friday Night Football. And a good job by the Rusk Band to do the national anthem. And we are about to get things started. The captains are going on the field. Vince, if you'll get the captains for the Mount Vernon Tigers, I'll get the captains coming out for Rusk, and I'll go ahead and do that. It's going to be 15, Zachary Adams. Number 16, Marley Gonzalez. And number 18, Drew Lane. Those are the captains for Rusk. Vince, who you got?
I got number 11, Will Tucker. Number 25, Abraham Sarazi. I hope I said that right. I'm losing some of these numbers here, but I believe that is number 5. Jaden Doss. And I got one more, but he's kind of hidden over there.
Yeah, I can't see him either.
At number 16 is a big guy. He's blocking him.
Yeah. 5? Or, yeah,
No,
you got number 5?
Yeah, I got number 5. Yeah, that's
okay.
Jaden Doss. It's the one next to him. That Gonzalez is standing in front of, the tight end. Oh, okay. Makes sense. He's the tight end. Number 6. Okay. Number 6. That is Carson Summerlin.
So it looks like Mount Vernon won the toss. They deferred to the second half.
Yeah.
And so Rusk is going to have it. Rusk won the toss last week and deferred, so they'll go on offense for the first time this week. Rusk coming off a bad loss last week against Kaufman, and so they're hoping to turn things around this week and maybe get that win.
Yeah, absolutely. Last week was a bit of a struggle for him. I mean, Stearns looks like last week he attempted to pass about 8 times, only completed 5 of those for 52 yards. He was able to get in the end zone with one of them, so he had 1 touchdown, but he also had an interception. Running the game, I I think the run game was pretty decent, pretty fair. Their leading rusher was Horn. He was 17 for 54 yards. Outside of that, you also had Lane, which was 13 carries for 40 yards. So I think they had a decent night rushing. I look for them to rush more this week. I think the passing game may need a little bit of work, may need a little bit of more development.
Right.
They may exercise some of that here tonight, but I think they're going to really get after it in the run game.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, Stearns last week did an okay job. Didn't really have the opportunity a lot last week to pass the ball. He made a great pass, had a good one, and but only one. He was running for his life most of the time. And here's the kickoff.
Oh!
And we almost have a good one. That's going to be number 7, Arthur Hill.
On his feet.
And he's on his feet to the 50, to the 40. He's down to the 30, down to the 20, 15, 10, up to the 5. He's dragging a couple of Tigers down to the 3-yard line.
Wow. You know, it looked like he kind of ran out of gas there towards the end. He didn't have another move left. I don't know. He kind of slowed up when he got within that 15. But a great return, exactly what they needed. So I look to see them push this in here, you know, within the first two plays.
I'm sure Stearns and the offense going to head out. And I'll tell you, last week on the kickoff, as Rusk kicked off, Kaufman ran it back on the initial kickoff for a touchdown. So they were trying to do a repeat.
They were trying, yeah.
First down and goal from the 4-yard line. There's a fumble on the snap, but he picks it up.
He picks it up.
And he runs
Touchdown.
it in, and that's number 16. Is that number 16 Gonzalez? Number 18, Drew
number 18.
Lane.
Sorry about that.
Lane actually went out hurt in the end of last game. So one play, one touchdown, and just like that, the Rusk Eagles are on the board with a touchdown.
Great hustle by Lane.
That was a great job.
Fumble snap, and then, you know, him with the awareness just to pick the ball up and go.
That was fantastic. And the point after attempt by Carlos Gallen. And there's the kick, and it is blocked at the
blocked, yeah.
line.
Hold on.
And do we have a penalty, or they call it dead?
So it looks like
offsides offsides on Mount Vernon.
They definitely lucked up there.
And here comes the point after attempt. He's going to hit that one. That one's going to go through, and that one's going to be good. So just like that.
Just like that.
7 on the board, and 11:41 left in the first quarter. And, wow, not too bad.
That fast.
Hey, today's game is brought to you by Brandy Garner, Texas Farm Bureau, and we'll be right back.
Whatever it is you wrangle, whatever seeds you sow, or what you choose to grow, at Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, we're proud to protect all Texans.
And we have a kick. It's going to be a little squib. And that's going to be, gets up to about the 30-yard line. And a little bit of wind outside. You can hear it from our camera. And that'll bring up first down and 10. Now Mount Vernon's going to head with their offense. They're going to start out about the 28-yard line, Vince.
Mount Vernon.
They're all the way up there north. They're the Yankees. they're what? Yeah, they're up there
I will
north.
say this. I like their size. They look big. I don't know if it's the jerseys or what, but that line right there looks pretty big.
They are pretty big. Here's the snap. It's a pass over. Is that number? I can't tell who that was.
Looks like number 4. That is Ross Homer.
And Kate George is the quarterback. And Russ Homer makes the catch for a loss of 1 on the play. I just, and Vince, I've told you this before. You and I've done a couple of games. I do not like the sideways pass behind the line of scrimmage.
No.
I just hate them. I hate it. It's a horrible play. It's just horrible. And there's the toss to the outside. That's going to be the number 34.
Wow. And those Eagles are all over.
Ryan Ross. And the Eagle defense looking wonderful today. And I tell you what, the Eagles defense looked pretty good in the first half and last week, but I think they just got tired. They were on the field a whole lot. And got a little fire underneath them right now, getting things going. And once again, we're glad that you're watching us. Go ahead and chat with us a little bit and let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you. Tell us where you're from, where you're listening from.
It's going to be 3rd down and long for the Tigers. And George takes a snap. He's going to toss to the outside. That's going to be Ross again. Ross goes up the middle, finds a hole, but he's caught from the behind. Yeah. And that's going to be Aiden Lowe, I believe, number 22. Yeah, number 22, Aiden Lowe. He's a junior. So no dice for the Tigers on their first offensive play.
It was a good play, but I mean, you're what, 6-7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So.
And that's going to bring out the punt unit for the Tigers back deep. Who we got back deep for the Eagles, Vince? I can't see.
Looks like
it's number 7, Arthur Hill. Doesn't going to matter anyway. It's going to go out of bounds.
It's going to go out of bounds. You're right. It's Arthur Hill.
It hit the track.
Well, I'm pretty sure they don't want to. They don't want to kick it to anybody else again.
I don't think one of the cheerleaders wanted to run that one back.
Nah.
So that one is going to be marked out of bounds right at about the 49.25 yard line.
Yeah.
On the Eagles side of the field. And Vince, I'll tell you, last week, because I did the Rusk game last week.
Okay.
They did not in the whole first quarter. They did not cross midfield into Kaufman territory.
Well, they're starting off pretty well.
So they've already been in enemy territory, and they got a touchdown.
All right.
And actually,
already looking up.
I apologize. They are on the 48-yard line of Mount Vernon. I thought they weren't, so I stand corrected. It rarely happens. Just don't ask my wife and my daughter. Here we go, man in motion. And Stearns gets hit and trying to hand off up the middle.
By number 25, that's Abraham Sarazi. I hope I'm saying his name right. I'm probably not.
Which one is that?
Number 25.
Yeah, Shirazi, or Shiraz, yeah.
Something like that.
Either way, Stearns and Lane could not get the thing off. Stearns in the backfield.
No.
Makes the snap, and we have a flag on the play. It's going to be a false start. I imagine either that or it's going to be encroachment. I'm sure the referee are going to have a conversation about it.
Mount Vernon is trying to come off that ball quick.
They are. They're trying to get in that backfield and disrupt the action. We're going to see.
You think
and
maybe
it's going to be offsides on the defense.
You think maybe they saw something from last week?
They possibly did. And I will tell you, the offensive line of Rusk, and that was one of the things that I talked to Christian about, because Christian did the game with me last week.
Yeah.
One of the things that was talked about is the offensive line allowed way too much to come through. Yeah. They were what my dad called a sieve, and it just allowed way too much. And that's why Stearns didn't have an opportunity to do anything, because he was running for his life. Speaking of Stearns, little option action there.
And brought down again by number 25, Abraham.
And he didn't elect for the toss. Lane was actually kind of open, and he had outside the tackle there, but didn't take it. He wanted to take it himself and bring it up, and didn't really work.
I just don't think I think Abraham kind of snuck up on him. He didn't even notice him there.
Yeah. And so good defense, however, by Mount Vernon. They're doing a great job, and we got 3rd and long.
Oh, look, they did it again.
And they did it again, and that's going to be another penalty.
Wow.
Offsides by the defense.
I mean, they are really aggressive tonight.
They were pushing it. They're wanting to put a little hurt on that offense.
Yeah.
And like I said, I think they saw what I saw last week was a little bit of weakness in that offensive line. And I don't think that the offensive line is weak with Rusk, but I think that's what they saw from last week
Yeah.
going into this
That's
game.
their opportunity right there.
Right.
To disturb the play. And I agree with the approach of the aggression up front.
Oh, of course.
But you got to be disciplined. The ball don't move, you don't move.
Tilly in motion. Stearns with a handoff up the middle of the lane. Lane finds a hole and doesn't get he gets pretty far, but not as far as he wants to.
Yeah.
About 3 yards from the line to gain, and that'll bring up 4th down. So, Vince, here's the question. Are you in 4 down territory? You're already up. It's early in the game, 8 minutes left in the first quarter. What do you do? Looks like he's going for it.
Exactly. I want to see what my team is made of. Like you said last week, I imagine everybody was frustrated. You got all these athletes. Let's test it out.
Well, and Coach Sitton
earlier in the year.
Coach Sitton was really not happy with last week's performance, and I'm sure he's wanting to see what kind of grit his team has this week. But Mount Vernon is going to be looking to stop this one.
And this is how you test it.
You got to test that merit of your team. Stearns back with the throw.
Oh.
Beautiful pass and beautiful position by the defense. And let me tell you something. Abraham Posada had perfect defense right there against the player. And that was Adrian Tumblin.
Tumblin, yes.
Tumblin had a good game last week. But let me tell you, that was a great.
It looked like it hit him in the shoulder pad or something. I couldn't tell.
And if you want to see a picture-perfect defensive back, defensive play, you watch Posada on that play. He was step for step. He turned. He took a position. He looked for the ball. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. No pass interference. No nothing. Did a good job and a turnover on downs. And now Mount Vernon did what they wanted to do. They got the ball back.
Yeah.
So first down and 10.
Do offensively.
Right. So first down and 10 for the Tigers, and they're going to look to get in that end zone this time. George gets it, hands off to Ross. Ross finds a hole.
Ooh,
and Ross, let me tell you something. Ross has that old fullback look from the old time.
I was getting that vibe. I was like, man, he looks like an old power runner.
He does.
Downhill. Yeah. Mike Allstott type guy. Yeah.
He's got that he's got that Moose Johnson type build to him.
That energy just came off after that run. I was like, whoa.
They don't do that. 9-yard run by Ross. It's going to be second down and 1. And it looks like Mount Vernon has the ability to run downhill instead of side to side like most of the teams you see here.
Yeah.
And it's second down. And I say that a little bit too soon. Ross gets it and
pitch. And he gets
hit in the outfield. And what I've noticed, Colton Anderson overran the play there, but there was no backside pursuit.
No.
Like there should have been.
No.
But he didn't close off that corner. And it could have been worse than it actually was.
It should have been worse. Absolutely, you're right. It should have been worse.
And Ross didn't play it how it was.
And it makes me wonder, like, when you got a guy like Ross, do you just keep him between the tackles?
And I would, and that's what they're going to do. Ross up the middle, but he's hit with a brick wall.
But he's still forcing. He's still going.
Well, he pumps those legs, and that's what he's supposed to do. And we got a little extracurricular activity, and we might – they're not going to throw a flag, but they might here at the end because the jaws are still going. And they're going to get a first down as Ross pumped those legs long enough to get the line to gain. And Mount Vernon is now in Rusk territory at the 48-yard line of the Eagles. First down and 10. And the clock is going. 6 minutes left in the first quarter. Your score here is 7-0 as Rusk brought it down on the opening kickoff down to about the 3-yard line. And then on the first possession, got a touchdown. We got a timeout on the field, looks like.
And Coach is furious.
And Coach Sitton calls a timeout here early in the ballgame. And let me tell you something. That's not something that he would want to do this early in the game.
He didn't like something out there.
So with that timeout, we're going to take a timeout as well. We'll be right back. You're watching NetSN Friday Night Football. We'll be right back.
Family Circle of Care is a network of 6 community-based health centers providing affordable health care services to East Texas families. With 4 locations in Tyler, we offer family medicine, pediatrics, OBGYN services, internal medicine, and counseling. Our Jacksonville Health Center brings family medicine, pediatrics, and women's health services to the tomato capital of the world. And we serve our Henderson County neighbors at our Athens Health Center, offering family medicine, pediatrics, and women's health services. With a commitment to meet the needs of the communities we serve, We look forward to working with you as partners in care.
And that was a quick timeout. Sorry we had to take that commercial back. And now, it's blocked at the line of scrimmage. A good job.
Wow. That's number
22?
That's
Aiden Lowe.
Yeah. Wow, great deflection there. He popped that up.
Put his hands up right at the
yeah,
good time. That was well taught.
Nice.
But also, and I will say that was a good job by George to throw that pass and not get a sack because Lowe was right there to put him on the ground.
He was on his way.
He was going to put him down.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that might have been George's first attempt of the night.
I believe it was.
Yeah.
And that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Ross next to George. George claps his hands, waits for the ball. And there's a snap. 3-step drop from the shotgun position. Throw down the middle of the field. And caught. Great job.
And that is number 6?
Yes.
Summerlin. That's Carson Summerlin. Great catch.
And I'll tell you right now, Colton Anderson was standing right there waiting, thinking he had a pick. And Doss just ran right in front on the drag route and caught the ball. So 1st down for the Tigers. And they're getting closer and closer, knocking on that door. George back with the drop, little screen play, but not gonna go the way he wanted to as Ross got caught up at the line of scrimmage and didn't get the breakaway.
Yeah, that's the problem with that screen pass is you can't get tangled up. When you know it's coming to you, you have to just get out there.
Yeah, you got to run through. You
got to run through.
You
people.
Can't engage on a block.
Yeah, you cannot engage.
He
you
tried.
Just have to blow through people.
When he tried to sell it, he tried to sell that it wasn't the screen.
Your quarterback he's unprotected at that point.
Yeah,
so it's a quick play.
Well, and the key to a good screen is you let the defensive lineman through.
You let him in.
But he didn't do it.
That's supposed to distract everybody.
Exactly.
From you.
And there's a flag on the play, and I don't know. False start on the Tigers, so that'll back them up.
Having a couple of mental breakdowns here, but.
And back them up 5 yards. So Mount Vernon having a lot of penalties here with 5 minutes and 22 seconds in the first quarter, not really helping them out. And so that clock's going to keep running. We got a score in Sabine. Sabine leads Harmony 14-0 in the second quarter. So they're already in the second quarter. And we are still in the first with 5 minutes. George in the backfield. He's going to drop back, throw to the outside. Ross catches it. Good job.
Still
and breaks the tackle. And does get down to about the 28-yard line. Not sure who brought him down. Vince, did you see? We had the team in our way.
Yeah, I'm going to give credit to Drew Lane, number 18. He seemed to be the last person I saw get up.
And I want to go a shout-out real quick to Christian. Christian has stepped up. He's usually a commentator. Our cameraman, that's usual cameraman, was out tonight. And so Christian, who's not a cameraman, stepped in and said he would be our cameraman. So he's trying to do a good job up there, and we appreciate him stepping up. There's a pass to the outside by George, and it's caught. And a broken tackle.
Another.
And I believe that's number 13.
Wow, a couple of jukes here and there, and they got a first down.
Wesley Salinas kind of jukes, jibes, and wails his way up to about they're going to mark it at the 15-yard line.
15. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and it'll be first down and 10 from the 15-yard line for Mount Vernon. And they got a fresh set of downs as George is behind his line once again. Good little pass by George. Hands off to Ross up the middle, but he is taken down.
Met by
2 defensive men.
22 and number 4. That's number 4 is Zamarian Tilley, and 22 is Aiden Lowe.
And we've heard Lowe's name a lot.
Yeah.
So far on the defensive line tonight, and that's a 3-yard loss. And he was there they were both there before the handoff was made.
Yeah, pretty much. They were waiting on him to hand the ball off.
They kind of knew what was coming there. George back with the throw. And a good catch on the slant route.
Looks like they're down at the 3.
And that's going to be number 13 again, as Wesley Salinas, who got him the first down, gets him another first down. And it's going to be goal to goal from the 5-yard line for Mount Vernon, and they are literally knocking on the door now to get that touchdown.
The Eagles are doing everything they can to get off the field.
Well, they get 2 steps backwards, and then all of a sudden the Tigers get steps forward.
Yeah.
Hand off to Ross up the middle. He tries to find a hole and gains about 2 yards on the play. That'll put him at about 2nd down and goal from, I believe, let's see where they mark it. They're going to mark it at the
I think they're still at
4.
I think he's. I think
No, they're
going
to put it at the 3.
Yeah. I don't
So
think he
yeah,
moved.
it's going to be 2nd down and 3, or 2nd down and goal from the 3. George got a man in motion. That's Salinas, and they're going to load up the right-hand side, but Ross is going to run up the middle.
Oh,
and the ball's on the ground, and we have a fumble
And looks like it's going to be
recovered
Eagle
by
ball.
the Eagles, and so the Eagles.
And that is number 4, Tilly, with the ball.
And a good job by the Eagles to strip that ball, as
Wow.
Mount Vernon had the opportunity to tie the ball game, but the Eagles come up with it with a very good turnover
And
there.
that just takes the wind
Right out of
sails.
oh man, and they
Yeah.
and the Tigers put on a beautiful drive
Yeah, they did. Wow.
and a great job to bring it all the way
Get all
down.
the way down there to the 2 or the 1.
But the defense of the Eagles just stepped up and did what they needed to do.
Did exactly what they needed to.
And good job on Rusk. So now Mount Vernon doesn't need to get their heads down. They got 2 minutes and 11 seconds left. And now they got to step up and put a stop on them. 1st down and 10, deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line. And
They got
Stearns
backfield.
in the backfield.
They got to get out of there.
And you better know that Mount Vernon's going to be coming for that
Absolutely.
quarterback, and here they come. There's a throw to the outside, and he's hit as soon as he catches the ball.
Wow.
And that was Arthur Hill with the catch, but he didn't really go anywhere.
They didn't go anywhere.
I think he lost a yard on the. Nope, they're marking it where he was, so he's
Yeah.
still at the 2. And actually, no, they're saying he lost a yard, so it's going to be 2nd down and 11.
I'm really impressed with this Mount Vernon defense. Oh, wait.
Hand off up the middle.
Oh, he got out of there. He got out.
And he
Okay.
got about 4 yards on the play.
Yeah. And that is that 16? Gonzalez. Is that who that was? I couldn't tell. Actually, that may have been 18. That may have been Drew Lane. Sorry.
So that'll bring up 3rd down, and looks like about 7.
Man in motion. Snap. Oh, he didn't see anybody.
And he throws it out of bounds,
Out of bounds.
trying to get away from getting sacked there.
Yeah.
That'll stop the clock with 57 seconds left.
Wow. I tell you what, Rusk is in for a night because the way Mount Vernon is playing defense, man, every play there's somebody coming. There's a blitzer on his way, and they haven't been able to pick him up yet. And he's disturbing every single play that they run. So I imagine this might be one of those things where you want to just get into the locker room at the half, talk about it for real quick. Ask the lineman, what are y'all seeing?
But you still got a whole quarter left to play after this one.
You still got a whole other quarter.
But-
and I don't think they have an answer yet for who's.
But this is right now, this is a huge play for Rusk, because you got your punter backed up to the back of the end zone. And
Yeah. You cannot mess the snap up.
And it looks like they got a penalty, and it's going to back him up a little bit more.
And he can't step. Look, he had to watch. He had to look and see where he was at.
Yeah.
Because he can't.
And I was a deep snapper, and let me tell you something. This is nerve-wracking.
Yes.
And as a high school deep snapper,
Yeah.
you go high, you go low,
Yeah.
and that punter has to move a little bit, and that was a good snap. There's a kick, it's high, and going to be fair caught,
Okay.
and that's Jaden Doss.
At the 39-yard line.
And a good job by Doss. That was smart. to do is a short kick, and very smart to do on Doss. And so let's look and see what we got as far as scores go.
I got a Tyler Legacy over Tyler Lyons, 15-8 right now in the first quarter.
I actually just got an update that it's 15-15.
Uh-oh. Okay, I need to refresh my.
Yeah, I just got that. I mean, it literally just came in. I've got Pine Tree over Van right now, 6-0 in the first quarter, with 4 minutes left. And then let's see, I got New Diana leading Gladewater 28-0 in the first quarter.
All right, I got Maybank over Kemp 14-7 in the second.
Wow, and then Frisco Legacy Christian over Brookhill right now, 7-0 in the second quarter. And here is George, pass out to the outside, and that's going to be a pass to Jaden Doss, who makes it, looks like, to the first down.
Yeah, looks like he got 10 yards on that.
He was taken back a few yards by quite a few Eagles, but he does make it, looks like, to that line of gain. So once again, the Tigers on the move, and this time hoping that they don't have the same misfortune as they did on that last drive where they fumbled on the 2-yard line. George looking to get the ball. Man in motion, that's Salinas. There's the snap, hand off to Ross.
Hand off to Ross. Oh, made
up the middle, makes a man miss. Still going down to the 15, about the 12-yard line.
Listen, I like him.
Oh, I do
I'm going to say it. I like him.
He ducks that head, and he moves along.
Yeah. Oh, he reminds me of back in the day. That's how you ran the football.
Well, that's how you're supposed to run it.
That's how you're supposed to run it, yeah.
They're going to mark him at about the 13-yard line.
He doesn't do a whole lot of razzle-dazzle, side to side, east to west stuff. He, straightforward.
Oh, yeah.
Just straightforward, downhill running.
That's going to be the end of the first quarter, y'all. And Rusk still leads 7-0, but Mount Vernon is knocking on the door. We'll be right back. You're watching NetSN, brought to you by Brandy Garner, Texas Farm Bureau. We'll be right back.
Whatever it is you wrangle, whatever seeds you sow, or what you choose to grow, at Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, we're proud to protect all Texans.
Have you sustained a bone, joint, work, or sports injury? Problems with mobility or movement? Suffer with pain? Contact Azalea Orthopedics. Our specialists serve patients across East Texas. For proven, trusted medical care, you have a choice. Demand Azalea.
Family Circle of Care is a network of 6 community-based health centers providing affordable health care services to East Texas families. With 4 locations in Tyler, we offer family medicine, pediatrics, OBGYN services, internal medicine, and counseling. Our Jacksonville Health Center brings family medicine, pediatrics, and women's health services to the tomato capital of the world. And we serve our Henderson County neighbors at our Athens Health Center, offering family medicine, pediatrics, and women's health services. With a commitment to meet the needs of the communities we serve, we look forward to working with you as partners in care and are here for you and your family every step of the way. We accept private insurance, Medicaid, Medicare, CHIP, and offer a sliding fee discount for insured and uninsured patients. We serve everyone regardless of ability to pay. As CEO, I welcome you to Family Circle of Care, where compassion, quality, and healthcare come full circle.
And we are back. It's going to be first down and 10 from the 13-yard line as Salinas is in motion for the Tigers. Handoff to Ross. Ross up the middle. He's wide open, and he is
Touchdown.
there. 13-yard run by Ryan Ross. And just like that.
I mean, yeah, just like that.
That's about all I can say about that.
Yeah, he's one of those people you just say, give him the ball and get out the way. I can see that.
Wow. That was phenomenal. A great run, and he's been breaking it in. Blocked! And they're trying to run it back. That was Adrian Tumbling. He thought he could go get 3. Didn't really work for him, but a good block by Rusk. So the score is 7-6 now. But a beautiful run by Ryan Ross. And finally, Mount Vernon's offense And with that unfortunate fumble there at the 2-yard line, they break off in a 13-yard run by Ross to get him by within 1 against Rusk.
You know, Mount Vernon's got to be sitting there shaking their heads thinking we should have 14 right now.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, because they were in that position. And let me tell you something. Their offense is doing a fantastic job. But don't get me wrong.
It's the little thing.
It is, and really, Rusk has got to figure out how to stop Ryan Ross. And when they do, then you know George is going to go.
Absolutely.
And he's got his things. So I know Sitton is going to draw up some things. He's got another quarter here. We've got 11:55 left in the first half.
You figure
a lot of game left. And we got 2 good teams here, and I'm feeling we're going to have a pretty good game here.
I think so.
I mean, it's already got the making, so I'm excited.
It's down to the wire.
And really and truly, watching Russ last week, they're a good football team. Don't let that score, that 42 points that Kaufman put on them, a 5A team, mind you, that Kaufman put on them, put anything against you. Rusk is a good football team. Mm-hmm. But this is going to be a good game because Mount Vernon showed a lot of spunk there on their offensive runs there. So we're going to see what's going on. Here's the kickoff. That was number 33, Edgar
like
Munoz.
Fielded by number 14.
That's number 14, Xavier Reggie.
Okay.
And that's a whole big pile there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a pile of tigers there on that.
Who ran that one back? Who did we say? Xavier Reggie, number 14? That's a good little run.
Yes, sir. That was Reggie.
Got to the 29-yard line, so that's where the Eagles will take it as they get the ball here for the first time in the second quarter. And a game update. I said that one earlier, so I don't know why that one's just now coming in. But first down and 10. Stearns in the backfield. Gilmer up 8-6 over Chapel Hill right now in the first quarter. That's going to be a good game down there, over there in Chapel Hill. Run up the middle.
Yeah, I mean, he fought for that. I mean, that was only about, 4 yards? But, man, that was an aggressive 4 yards. He went through about 3 defenders. And as I say that is number, is that 10? Yeah, that's number 10. So that's Van Dorian Horn, the junior. Yeah, Van Dorian Horn. I think, wasn't he their leading rusher last week?
I believe so.
Yes,
one of them. He and Lane.
Yeah.
Or not Lane. He and Drew Lane.
Yeah, him and Drew Lane. Yeah.
And Drew Lane went out a little early. He went out in about the third quarter with some troubles. We have a timeout. And is Sitton calling timeout again? He didn't like what he saw.
Yeah.
And another timeout by Rusk. And that's 2, so he's only got 1 left. So let's just see what's going on. We'll be right back. We're going to take a short break ourselves.
Whatever it is you wrangle, whatever seeds you sow, or what you choose to grow, at Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, we're proud to protect all Texans.
And we are back, second down for Rusk. 6 to go. It's going to be a toss over
to
Carlos Gallen. I believe, it was number 18, Drew Lane.
I thought that was,
I think it was Lane.
Let's see.
Trying to see who that is.
No, I think that's
10. No, that is number 10. You were correct, Van Dorian Horn.
Yeah,
I thought it was 18.
Yeah, he hadn't come out of the play yet.
So a big third down for the Eagles. 5 yards to go for the first down, and we have a timeout for Mount Vernon now.
Wow.
So he saw something, and we still got a 10:28 left in the first half.
And we've already gone through, 3
timeouts now.
Hey, they out here playing chess.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what's going on. So as that happens, we're gonna look at some scores here. I'm gonna go through, and Vince is gonna go and see what we got.
Right now, I have Sulphur Springs over Greenville 14-0. Big Sandy 38-0 over the Como Picton Eagles.
I got Pine Tree up 13-0 over Van right now.
Okay. I have Caddo Mills over Bullard right now, 21-7.
Ooh.
And Dieball is down to West Rusk, 7-0.
New Diana up 35-0 over Gladewater right now.
Okay.
And White Oak over Paul Pewitt. Did you already do that one? White
No.
Oak up 7-0 over Paul Pewitt in the first.
Okay.
Here we go. Stearns in the backfield, going to take a little sprint out option.
Ooh,
a good throw, but he took a heck of a shot.
Hit. You gotta pick up that.
That was Andres Diaz off the outside corner, and he said, "Hello, how you doing? Have a seat." To Stearns, and Stearns went down, so it's going to be 4th down and 5. And that's going to bring out Carlos Gallen to punt, as Jaden Doss will head back deep for the Tigers on a punt return with 10:21 left in the first half. Not something that the Rusk Eagles want to happen, is to give up the ball. There's the snap. Here's the kick. Good kick. Doss is going to field it at the 30.
Oh, he's going to take it.
He's got a open field to the left-hand side. He makes it to half field. We do have a block in the back, but it doesn't get called. There's the flag.
Oh,
down to the 20, 15-10, but it's going to come back.
It's
got
coming
Laundry
back.
on the field. I saw
it worked to come back.
I know, but I saw it from here, and I called it before the flag came out. I called the block in the back. I was wondering if they were going to
see the back of his jersey.
Yep.
You do not touch him.
Yeah, he yeah. Oh. And even the Rusk coaches are going, bring it on back. Bring it on. Yeah. Back the truck up. Yeah. I watched.
Like I said, little things.
Just little things. The little, and
them.
that Mount Vernon coach, I would hate to be over there right now.
I'll tell you what, I'd hate to be on that team on Monday morning.
Well, I'd hate to be. Well, and of course, you and I are back in the day. I don't know if they still do it, but you know, we used to do film on Saturday mornings. I'd hate to be in that film room on Saturday morning, because they're going to play that over and over and over again. Oh, it's a holding penalty on Mount Vernon. Either way, it's coming back. But wow, that's not what you want, because that was textbook on how to block on a punt, and because he did a great job to come all the way back. Jaden Doss did, and he ran that all the way through. But it's those little bitty things, and I didn't see the hole, but I saw the huge block in the back. Right in front of the ref.
Me and you saw the block in the back, but nobody else saw that.
But either way,
they'll see it on Saturday morning.
Yeah, that will be talked about, because if it wasn't the hole, it had, I don't know how they missed it, because it was right in front of one of the striped shirts. I have some glasses they can borrow if they need it, but either way. So here we go. Mount Vernon's going to come out, and again, we don't have a dog in this fight, so we're not biased
we're not for
either way.
Side,
but that was just blatant. But George is going to come out. He's looking to the sidelines to get the call. Ready for the snap. There it is. Going to hand off to Ross. And he's stopped. He's grabbed. He thought he had it, and I think number 40, was that 44, Carter Holland? Was in the backfield. And, it was Holland. Holland yanked him back. And all I saw Ross. He found a hole.
He did.
I do see a flag, I think.
Oh, what the?
Yeah, it looks like there's a flag on the far side of the field. Let's wait and see what it is before I continue. And no flag. They're going to pick it up and throw it away. But Ross was going, and I was like, oh, this is going to be good. And all of a sudden, I see Ross's head go forward and yank down.
Yeah.
And his body didn't go with his head.
Yeah,
he just
exactly.
went down.
He just went down.
So he gained a yard, though. And it's going to be 2nd down and 9. Salinas and Summerlin are twins right on the far side of the field. George with Ross next to him in the backfield. 3-step drop, throw to the right. Salinas with the catch in the midfield. He's immediately hit by Tumblin and taken down, but they've got that little seam route.
It's like a.
It's not a slant.
It's more like, I want to call it a post.
I was gonna say it looks like a seam / post / slant / whatever, but it is. It's not a corner, but it's a post.
Yeah.
It's a post.
We'll go with post.
So it's going to be first down as the Tigers move into Eagle territory. First down and 10 from the 42-yard line. Man in motion.
You got Doss
That's
over there.
Doss in motion. There's a
Okay.
throw by George. George over to Doss. Doss fumbles the ball.
Oh, wow.
And it looks like it's picked up. The Eagles say it's picked up by one of them. There's a little bit of a scrum. We'll wait for the official word.
This was trying to figure it out.
And we're still waiting on the official word, and it's picked up. Still waiting for the official word, but when a Rusk guy comes up with it, and
They don't
we're
want to say
still
it.
waiting for the official
They
word.
don't want to say.
One of the Rusk players had the. There it goes.
There it is.
Okay. I don't know what they were waiting on. A Rusk player
Yeah, I don't know.
stood up with the ball in the hand, and they still had to talk about it. So I don't know what went on because we didn't see what was there. So another turnover on a fumble happened, and now the Eagles take over. First down and 10 in their own territory.
Athletic Secretary says he threw it up if y'all want it. We appreciate it.
It's going to be first down and 10, 41-yard line. Stearns in the backfield. Takes that. Oh, fakes the handoff. Good throw to the outside. That's going to be to Arthur Hill.
pass.
Hill kind of gets tumped over. And Summerlin was there. I believe we have a little bit of something on this side of the field.
What's going on here?
Well,
Nine's running to the
right now it's going to be a
sideline.
first
Tell me,
down and after a 15-yard gain
Not Trent Doris, I'm sorry.
by Timberland. What now?
Oh, I was just talking about we had number 9 coming off to the sideline. I didn't know if he gotten hurt or not. That was Scott Segala.
Segala.
Segala?
First down and 10 in Tiger territory, and he's hit as he throws.
Oh, my
And
God.
that's going to be an incomplete pass, and I don't know who hit him. I
Number
don't know.
11, Will Tucker. Wow.
Well, I know Tucker may have hit him, but Andres Diaz was there, and he was there for backup. But that was one heck of a hit. He's lucky. Stearns is lucky he didn't get that one intercepted.
Yeah.
And a flag on the play.
Mental
It's going to be
mistakes.
it's going to be offside or false start on
Yeah,
Rush.
that's,
That'll back him up 5 yards. It'll be second down and 15. Not what you want.
No.
So here we go again, second down. 15 yards to go. Stearns in the backfield. Single receiver to the left. Man in motion is going to be Braden Taylor. Slot back position. Handoff up the middle. And he's hit immediately. That was number 10, Horn, who hit him.
25, Abraham. I mean, he's on almost every play.
So with 8 minutes left, your score is 7-6. Rusk with the lead, and that'll be a third down and 16 after a yard loss. So a big play here for Rusk as they have to figure out how they're going to get this taken care of. And good job by Mount Vernon to do a little bit of razzle-dazzle there and run from the huddle to the line to try to draw an offsides. A little false start, and we'll see what the referee says. And they're going to say encroachment on the defense. And I thought that might be the nose guard went a little bit too far over the line and drew. And you know, back in the olden days, we could do that.
Yeah.
You could go across the line 5 yards if you wanted to, as long as you were back
touch
before.
nobody.
As long as you were back before the ball got snapped.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of breathing room. Third down and 11 instead of third down and 15 here or 16. Here's the snap. It's going to be a handoff to Horn. And a fumble. And that's going to go out of bounds. A little bounce in favor for Rusk. So it'll go forward. So he ran 3 yards, and the fumble went forward 3 yards. They're going to say, I wonder if they're going to call him down.
They're going to call him down right there.
And that's what they're going to do. They're going to say he was down by contact at the 42-yard line. So instead of 4th down and 3, or 4th down and 4, it's going to be 4th down and 7. Here's the snap. Here's the kick. Doss down at the 10 is going to let it go over his head, and a bounce. It looked like it might take a Rusk bounce, but it goes into the end zone for a touchback. We'll be right back from Eagle Stadium, Jim Swink Field in Rusk, Texas. Don't go anywhere. And we're back. 1st and 10 for the Tigers, man in motion. And that's going to be Summerlin. There's the snap, and it's going to be a fake handoff over to Salinas. Salinas once again doing a little curl route on that one.
Looks like he got about 9 yards on that, 8 or 9.
Yeah, 9 yards they're going to give him. So he gets to about the 29-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and 1.
I got a score here.
Okay.
Whitehouse and Kilgore are tied right now, 7-7 in the second
Oh, wow.
quarter.
That's going to be a great game. I wish I could see that one. Mm-hmm. Here's the snap. Hand off to Ross, and he's hit behind the line of scrimmage.
Whoa.
And I believe that was Carter Holland, number 44.
Yeah, that was him. That was the truck that hit him. And that's that man, officer.
Ross needs to see if he got the license plate of 44 because that one came through. And I don't know who was covering, but that lineman is going to be graded very harshly if they still grade linemen. Do they still grade linemen?
I think they do.
Okay. Because I know when I played, and of course I'm old. I played football in the 1900s. And my last game was played in the 1900s. So we got graded. There's the snap. Throw to the outside. Salinas again, and he's hit right as he throws. Good defense.
That defense was by Tumbling.
And good break on the ball by Tumbling. Salinas just couldn't hold on, which is not normally what you see. That was a slant play, but he just couldn't hold on to the ball, and that's not normal. So a 3 and out, which is also has not been normal since the first offensive run by the Tigers in the first quarter. And now we have 5 minutes and 43 seconds left, and a good opportunity for for the Eagles to get the ball back, run the clock, and get a score before half, and bring this to a two-possession game, or get this to a two-score game here.
Yeah.
That's going to go out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. Pardon me.
You know, looking at the game here, if you're a coach on the Rusk side, you're probably a little frustrated right now. But the crazy thing is, you're still in this game.
You're still winning.
You're winning this game.
If you're mad and winning at the same time, then something's going on, and it's.
And I say that because offensively, they haven't really had their way.
But let's look at Mount Vernon. You got penalties and fumbles.
Absolutely.
That's what's killed you.
And then that's the other thing. If you're on the Mount Vernon side, you got to be equally frustrated.
Yeah.
Because you could easily be up right.
You didn't fumble on the 2, you'd be up.
Yeah. You had the
You
block
didn't
in the
fumble
back.
here. I mean, you'd be up by 2 touchdowns.
Absolutely.
Over the head of Stearns, and he picks it up. No! He misses it, and he's down. And a good job by number 18, Drew Lane, to get that ball.
Saved it.
But goodness gracious, that's going to leave you with 2nd down and 3 miles to go.
Yeah.
And Lane gets up wobbling. And I got a score here, 15-6 is the score. Van finally gets a score as Pine Tree still leads. in that ball game. But that is not at all what Rusk wanted to happen there. So second down and a lot. There's a pass to the outside.
Intended for Tilly. He had his hands on it, but it was pretty high.
.455 left in the first half. And right now, and if I were Coach Sitton, I would not throw the ball. You run the ball, try to get as much distance from the end zone as you can, run as much clock off as you can, because what you don't want to do is punt the ball and put them in your own territory with time left on the clock.
I think it's like 3rd and 33, so
Yep.
it ain't like
hand off up the middle. Good job by Lane. Lane, he's got a clear lane around the 30, gets to about the 33-yard line. I was trying to find something without doing the dad joke. I don't have my daughter, intern Claire, with me today. She's off at college.
Yeah, this is her first year.
Yep, her first year down in San Marcos at Texas State.
San Marcos.
Because shout out, as always, to intern Claire.
She enjoying it?
Oh, she's loving it.
Oh, great.
She's like Dad who. Unless she needs money, which she doesn't.
Yeah, I was going to say.
She has more money than I do. I don't know why. She doesn't need anything from me. I'll tell you a funny story about her, but it's over the head again and gets the punt off. It's a beautiful punt, kind of. Good spiral, but doesn't take any much of a bounce. And they're going to bring it down and run it a little bit off, but going to go down to the 39-yard line, and that's where the Tigers will take it in Eagle territory. So you had the Chiefs game last night. Mm-hmm. My daughter, intern Claire, lives in a dorm, gets kicked out of the common room because she's too loud yelling at the ball game. She got kicked back to her dorm. She didn't get kicked out. She got asked to go back to her dorm because she was disturbing others who were trying to watch the game.
Wow.
Because she is so good at watching football games.
Yeah.
Made me proud when she told me that last night.
That's awesome.
I kind of teared up a little bit. Because I yell at the screen too. I yell at the TV.
Everybody does.
I was just like, because they can hear me.
Yeah. That's how I coach.
Yeah. I do it to the Cowboys every Sunday and every playoff game that they play.
My wife always asks me, who you talking to?
Exactly.
I'm talking to my team.
But I also do it with regular TV. I'm like, why are you going in there? Yeah. It's just,
yeah.
There's a throw by George to the outside, and that'll be to number 4, Russ Homer.
Looks like he got about 5, maybe.
Looks like a 6-yard run that they're going to give it to him. Let's see where they mark it. No, you're right. They're going to mark it at 5 yards. So a good 5-yard gain by Homer to the outside. 4:16 left. Now Mount Vernon does have 2 timeouts in their quill. Only 1 for Rusk. They all spent a lot of timeouts earlier in the game, and now they're just trying to preserve them. George kind of takes it.
Snap.
Little shuffle back. He gets a little bit of trouble and throws it to open grass.
Yeah, there's nobody out there. I don't know if that was miscommunication or if he was just trying to throw it away.
I think that was it supposed to be a screen again, like the last time he did that? Because that's what it looked like.
Been. If that's, and he probably got hung up again.
So that's going to bring 3rd and 5, and the clock does stop at 3:51. So this is a big play because you're kind of in no man's land. You're in 4-down territory here. Mm-hmm. So we'll see what the Tigers do.
You might want to double cover Selena.
Got to be smart, Rusk. And a good job off the end, and good defense.
Good defense. That pass was intended for number 5, Jaden Doss.
And I think Trent Byers was the one who made the play on defense as he comes up to try to make the stop.
I think they're going to stay on the field.
Well, I mean, like I said, it's 4-down territory. You're too far away for a kick. You're too close not to go for the first down with 3 minutes and 46 seconds left. George, back, throw, underneath, and no good. Turnover on downs. And Rusk will have it. Good job on defense, but the throw was kind of under.
It was. It was low to the ground.
So it'll be turnover. 1st and 10 for Rusk. And Stearns holds it, pulls it in for a little bit of a keeper. And I thought they were going to give him forward progress, but they're going to put him at a loss of 1. So it'll be 2nd down and 11. Run to the left-hand side. It'll be 3rd down. Loss of another 2.
That run.
That was
by,
number 18.
Lane.
Yeah, Drew Lane.
Just nowhere to go out there.
So 2:46 and counting.
Stearns
left.
getting the play in.
And right now, I think that Rusk is just going to try to run as much clock off as they can.
Just try to get
because you don't want Mount Vernon to get the ball back because they have 2 timeouts left.
No.
And the unique ability to get the ball down the field. There's a throw, and that's going to be
Number
to
21.
Bonin.
Yeah.
And almost to the line to gain.
Did he go out of bounds?
He went out. Well, he was drug out of bounds, but they did call it to stop the clock. So that is unfortunate.
Yeah.
For the Eagles. But I think it's because they're going to start the clock now. The referee tells them to start the clock, and there it goes. 2:17 and counting. 7-6 is the score. The play clock down to 14 seconds. The game clock down to 2:02. 4th down and 3. Here's the punt. Good punt. And Doss catches it at about the 28-yard line, and he's hit at the 33. Stays inbounds, but that doesn't matter. They're going to stop the clock anyway. So with minute 50, Mount Vernon will take the ball. 1st down and 10 in their own territory. And they're going to have 2 timeouts in just under 2 minutes to try to get the lead in the ball game. So we'll see what they can do. We'll be right back.
Whatever it is you wrangle, whatever seeds you sow, or what you choose to grow, at Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, we're proud to protect all Texans.
And we're back. George takes the snap, looks to the outside, pass to Ross. Ross trying to get some yardage there, maybe try to get out of bounds, but he stays inbounds. No timeout called yet. Gain of about 4 on the play.
Got 1:40 on the clock.
Clock still running.
Still going. They're going to try to do something. They need to do it now.
They gave him 5 on it, so it's going to be 2nd down and 5. There's the snap. Hand off to Ross. Ross up the middle, finds a hole, gets 1st down. That'll stop the clock for a few seconds. Gets to close to midfield.
Yeah.
Minute 14 left.
Ball's on 49.
Still no timeouts used, but he got 2 left. 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line of their own 49. Trying to get a touchdown to take the lead. Down 7-6 here in the first half. Hand off to Ross up the middle, finds another hole, gets hit, and gets another 1st down to stop the clock again. Down to the 40-yard line in enemy territory on the Rusk side.
Last carry, 10 yards. This carry, 10 yards. I mean, that kid is amazing.
And he's going to be tired at halftime. George going to take it, going to hand off to Ross again. He's going to run in the middle. This time he's hit.
This time he's hit. They brought him down.
And there's the timeout. Dayton Peary and Carter Holland combined to make that stop, and only a yard gain after After a 12 and a 15-yard gain on the last two, he only got 2 yards or 1 yard on that one, and a timeout called by the Tigers. And they're both teams now down to 1. So Chapel Hill leading Gilmer 13-8 right now in the second quarter. 6 minutes left in that one.
Okay.
Sabine up 14-0 over Harmony at halftime. Caddo Mills 21-7 over Bullard. That's still the score there. But that last one came in at like 5 till 8. So we don't have an update on that one. ARP over Garrison right now in the second quarter, 7-6. So kind of the same one here.
I got Tyler High over Legacy, 22-15.
That's a good one. And then White Oak and Paul Pewitt. White Oak up 22-16 over Paul Pewitt at the half. George with the ball. He's going to roll out to the right-hand side. He has an open receiver, but he's going to throw it out of bounds to stop the clock with 31 seconds left.
Kilgore over White House. Did you mention that one?
I haven't mentioned that one yet,
Okay,
no.
Kilgore over White House, 10-7.
Lindell up on Mount Pleasant, 9-3.
Palestine and Jasper tied at 7.
And Shelbyville up on New Boston, 19-7 at the half. And have you said Jefferson and Newton yet?
No, I
Jefferson
haven't
up
said
over Newton right now, 24-6. And we have a flag on the play, and it's going to be delay of game on Mount Vernon. And they're going to back them up. That's not what you wanted. Although no time off the game clock.
But still.
But it's going to back you up and take
On
you a little
third
bit
down.
further away.
Yeah.
And I don't remember, is delay a game? That's not a loss of down, is it?
No.
I don't think that's
No,
one
no,
of those. I know they changed a bunch of things.
Yeah.
So George in the backfield, Russ next to him. There's a pass. Good pass to the out-hand side, and it's caught.
No.
No, it's an incomplete pass.
Wow.
It was in and out, and that was Doss, I believe. Or was it Salinas? I can't tell. It looked like if he turned, I believe it's Doss.
I think you're right. I think that was Doss.
No, Doss is down here.
Oh, never mind.
So that's number 3. No, that is Doss. I apologize. It was number 6 down here. So Doss had it, and Trent Byers on the coverage. Does a good job. Wow. That was beautiful.
Because he had it. He had his hands on it.
24 seconds left. 4th down and about 15, and a timeout's going to be called by Mount Vernon. That's their final timeout of the half. And we'll take a timeout with them. We'll be right back.
Family Circle of Care is a network of 6 community-based health centers providing affordable health care services to East Texas families. With 4 locations in Tyler, we offer family medicine, pediatrics, OBGYN services, internal medicine, and counseling. Our Jacksonville Health Center brings family medicine, pediatrics, and women's health services to the tomato capital of the world. And we serve our Henderson County neighbors at our Athens Health Center, offering family medicine, pediatrics, and women's health services. With a commitment to meet the needs of the communities we serve, we look forward to working with you as partners in care and are here for you and your family every step of the way. We accept private insurance, Medicaid, Medicare, CHIP, and offer a sliding fee discount for insured and uninsured patients. We serve everyone regardless of ability to pay. SC.
And we are back. And a 4th down play here with 20 seconds left. A good throw to the outside and a good shot.
Wow.
And it's going to be Summerlin, and he goes out of bounds at about the 12-yard line, and a 1st down. A great play brought up by Coach George.
I'm speechless. I'm sorry.
I
didn't know what to say.
I don't
was just
either.
like, I can't believe he caught that.
And so Cade George makes a great pass to the outside to Summerlin.
They still got 15 seconds.
They have 15 seconds, but no timeouts left. And a first down and 10 from the 11-yard line is where it was marked. Salinas in motion. It's going to be a throw out to the outside. Salinas, little throw too far off his fingertips.
I don't like that play.
That gave me a little
like
anxiety there.
Yeah. I feel like with 15, well, you got 12 now, but I would have taken every shot I could at the end zone. You're close enough now.
So here we go. Second down and 10, 12 seconds left. Salinas in motion. There's the pass by George. It's going to go underneath. And it's caught.
Caught at the 1.
At the 1 yard line. That's going to be
5
Doss.
seconds.
And
they got a player down.
And are they going to fake it?
What's happening?
And they made the play. Let's see if the clock ran out in time. And I'm waiting on the call. And that's going to be the end of the half. That was so weird. I think they tried to do the injured player, quote unquote.
Yeah, and
it didn't work out.
Even under center yet. He wasn't even at.
I don't know what happened there. That was odd.
That was confusing. And I'm pretty sure coach is about to get that straight right now in the locker room.
Yeah, I think something happened there, and it wasn't what was supposed to. But 7-6 is your halftime score, and that was that was all something.
That's a weird first half.
So here's what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a little break ourselves, let you watch some halftime here in Rusk.
Yeah, enjoy the halftime show.
And so first up is going to be Mount Vernon and their band, and then the Rusk band is going to be after. We're going to probably step in a little bit every once in a while during some code time, and then right beforehand, give you little updates on some scores, and then right before the second half starts, we'll do that as well. But we'll be back in just a little bit, and while they're setting up, we'll go to do some commercials, but we'll be right back for a halftime show on NetSN, brought to you by Brandy Garner, Texas Farm Bureau, and Family Circle of Health. We'll be right back.
Every night. And come out and have they can't run.
Lieutenant McKinley Maldonado, Captain Caitlin Hensley, and Major Marlette Villegas. The Spirit Bell of the Week is Kaylee Crippen. Eagle Bell's diamond sponsor is Gray's Automotive. Watch as our incredible drill team perform to the hit Push It by Salt and Pepper. And now let's welcome to the field our fabulous Rusk High School twirlers. They are Junior Allie Bucko, Junior Carlia Stapleton, Junior Brianna White, Sophomore Lizzie Arrington, Sophomore Katie Morris, Freshman Arian Eve, and freshman Dixie Underwood. The majorettes are coached and choreographed by Miss Erin Rock. Watch as our talented majorettes twirl to the hit song by the Neon Trees, Everybody Talks. finally, let's welcome our drum majors to the field. They are juniors, Robbie Callahan and Carlia Stapleton. The Rusk High School Band will be performing a precision military drill to Eagle Fanfare by Dr. Tim Ray and Queen City by William H. Board. Eagle fans, the pride of Rusk High School, the Fighting Eagle Marching Band! Whatever it is you write, whatever seeds you sow,
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. About to start the second half. I want to give you some updates on some scores before we get started. We've got about 4 minutes left before the end of the half. And let's see if we have any updates here that I can give. It looks like Kilgore up on White House, 10-7. I'm waiting on my phone to finish circling around. Excuse me. And what do we have? It's, guys, if you can hear me, 15, what's Chapel Hill Gilmer game? 13-15? Gilmer's leading 15-13 over in Chapel Hill. The White House Kilgore game is 17-7 as Kilgore is leading that one. And let's see, Sabine is over Harmony right now with going into the fourth quarter, 28-7 as Sabine is leading that one. Pine Tree over Van, 22-6 at halftime. Caddo Mills leading Bullard. However, that one don't have an updated one. It says 21-7, but nothing updated since around 8 o'clock. So if you know anything on that one, guys, go ahead and chat it up for me. I got the chat open. And give me some scores around the area if you don't hear one on here. We don't have a lot of updates. We have a lot of updates, but some of the ones haven't been updated in a while. If you have a score on the Jacksonville-Brownsboro game, we'd love that one. New Diana up 42-0 over Gladewater right now in the third quarter. ARP and Garrison haven't had an update in that one for about an hour. Last one we had is 7-6. Also, if you want to do some updates for us, go to our app, our NetSN app, and update there. Canton is up 19-0 over Waxahachie Life. Brook Hill down 14-3 to Frisco Legacy Christian. Halftime in Paul Pewitt as White Oak leads there 22-16. And Palmer at Grand Saline, as Grand Saline's leading there 14-8. We have a score, but it's about an hour old for Lindale. Lindale leading 9-3 the last time we heard over Mount Pleasant. Once again, if you have any of these updated scores that I'm giving you, go ahead and give it to me. Tyler Legacy is down to Tyler High, 36-24. That's at halftime. And Center is up over Longview, up over Spring Hill, 21-20 at halftime. Shelbyville up 19-7 at halftime over New Boston. That's about an hour old, so again, any new ones you got on that one? You can go to our app, or you can just chat us up here on NetSN. Let's see what else we got here. In Longview Marshall, we got about 30 minutes on that one. Last one we got was about halftime. It tied at 7 as Longview and Marshall. That's a good one there, Vince. Longview and Marshall tied at 7 there in Marshall.
Okay.
And here in Rusk, we are with Rusk 7 and Mount Vernon 6. And also, if you got anybody with a score for the Troop Edgewood game, I would love to hear that. I'm going to reach out to my people.
Did you give out Lindale?
I did, but I didn't have an updated one. Do you have an update?
Mine may be back. Mine may not be updated yet.
Okay. So, guys, if you're with us, we're going to go ahead and get it. Mount Vernon did win the toss, so they deferred. They're going to get the ball this half and going to try to get that score. Here's the kickoff by Carlos Gallen, and that's going to be a big kick and fumbled into the end zone. Wow, that looked like, I thought that hit him.
That.
I don't know about that, Vince. That looked like he touched it.
I think he did.
And if that's the, I'm sorry, Mount Vernon got away with that one, in my
Is
opinion.
that like a touchback? Is that what they
Called it a touchback, but
I mean, not a touchback. I'm sorry, a safety.
that would be, in my opinion, since he touched it,
And it went out of the back.
it went out of the back of the end zone. Now, I mean, I don't know. That to me,
I don't know.
I mean, it's a live ball anyway, so
Yeah.
I'm guessing it would be a touchback either way it goes. But he touched the ball.
Yeah, so he
But-
touched it, and it's in their, that means it's in their possession. And then it goes out of the back.
In my
of the end
opinion,
zone.
I could be wrong. It's happened once or twice, more times if you ask my wife. But here we go. George, for the quarterback for the Tigers, gives it to Ross up the middle. Gain of about 6 on the play. Good job.
The wheels are still moving.
He got a little rest there,
Yeah.
Vince, so wait to see what he does this time.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, he's going to need some ice after this game. He's going to need some ice.
So going to be 2nd down and 5 to go for the Tigers. Handoff up the middle. Good job by, that is a great defensive play. And that's number 4.
Yeah, that's a homer. Am I
No,
that's wrong.
Tilly. That's
I'm looking at the
Zamarian
wrong sheet.
Tilly.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. That's
Hey,
Tilly.
I do that all the time. Zamarian Tilly with the stop. I wanted to make sure I was looking at the right one. So it's going to be 3rd down and 4 after a gain of 1 by Ross. And that's an unusual gain.
I wouldn't be surprised if they handed it to him again.
And a flag on the play. It's going to be a false start, I imagine, if they're calling it a dead ball. Yep, that's what it's going to be. And once again, we want to thank you for watching. Tonight's game is presented to you by Brandy Garner, Texas Farm Bureau. We also want to thank Family Circle of Health, another one of our sponsors, and all of our sponsors here at NetSN. So after backing him up 5, it's going to be 3rd down and 9, and a good pass down the middle. That's going to be missed. Intended receiver is Carson Summerlin.
Yeah, led him a little bit too far on that one.
Vernon has number 33, Edgar Munoz, back to punt. Deep to the Eagles, number 7, Arthur Hill.
And the punt goes high into the left, and it's going to hit about the 48-yard line and going to bounce out of bounds in Rusk territory.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to spot him the 47? 46. Sorry. All right. And the Rusk Eagles offense will take the field.
And they'll have a 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line.
Now let's see if they learned anything from the first half. Let's see if they can pick up on this blitzer. I say blitzer. It should say blitz.
And they did on
That's
that
bad
one.
grammar.
And had a wide open receiver.
Oh, wow.
And he's down to the 25 to the 23-yard line. That's going to be
number-
Marley Gonzalez.
Gonzalez, wow.
And they did exactly what you said, Vince. They picked up on that backside blitz from the outside receiver. The tackle did a great job of pass blocking and gave Stearns a good little bit of a few more seconds.
And I said it early last time, but I was thinking, you just want to get in the locker room and go over, hey, this is what's happening.
Exactly.
We need somebody to pick him up.
So that'll put a 1st down. It's going to be a hand up the middle to Drew Lane and a gain of 1 maybe. Yeah. A lot of running, not a lot of yardage.
18, Drew Lane, tackle made by 46, Landon Ross. No gain on play, 2nd down and 10.
Man in motion. Stearns back. 3-step drop, throw to the outside. Has an open receiver, but couldn't get to him.
I don't know how you miss a target that big.
I got a Troop Edgewood score. Edgewood up 35-24.
Okay.
in that game. So are we going to have a timeout? We got an official timeout and an injured
Already?
player, so we're going to take a timeout ourselves. And we'll be right back. You're watching NetSN. So we had a pass attempt on that. Sorry about that. We were working on some things after the injury to make sure that everything was good on our end. And I apologize. Yeah, apologize on the camera work. This a lot of movement going on. Pass to the outside. Stearns tries to get away, doesn't get there. And that's Abraham.
That's Abraham, man.
Sarias.
Yeah, Sarias. He is.
That's a good job on the outside. That's who got blocked that last time. And it looks like he made a little swim move to the inside.
And got free. Yeah.
And did get free. And once again, we want to let you know and want to give a shout out and appreciation to Christian Blevins, who's with us tonight. And Christian is normally at all times he's one of our commentators, so he's usually on the call with us, and that's what he was supposed to do tonight, but our cameraman had a little issue tonight and couldn't be here, and Christian, who's never ran the camera before, stepped up and decided to run the camera for us tonight so we could bring you the game, and because we have a bunch of crews elsewhere, and we can't borrow from Peter to pay Paul on this, so we appreciate your understanding of that. And as that pass goes incomplete, the intended receiver is Carson Summerlin. But we want you to, we didn't want to not do the game.
Yeah.
And or just bring you a blank screen. And so Christian stepped up, and he's trying the best he can. And he's doing a little bit better. We're trying to direct it from here and produce a little bit, but we want to thank Christian for stepping up and doing a great job as he can, and because it's not an easy job at all to do that camera. And so we appreciate him, and we know that you do as well. Handoff up the middle to Ross. Ross tries to find a hole, and he finds about 3 yards of one, and then it's just hit by Braden Grimes and company. Actually, no, that wasn't.
That's not Ross.
I stand corrected. Was that
Bryson Fountain, sophomore?
I thought it was a 3. Was it 23?
I thought it was 24. I could be wrong. Yeah, it's 24. He's back there right now.
You're right. You are correct.
That's the sophomore.
George is back with the pass and underneath, and he makes the completion to Summerlin. Summerlin is out and gets thrown. Well, not thrown, but he throws one of the receivers or one of the defensive players down and makes about 3 more yards and gets a first down.
Big play there.
So a good play and a good first down play for Mount Vernon. And I want to do a verbal shout out, and this is how we chat here, to Perry English, who is watching from Alva, Florida. So we got some out-of-staters watching. A big shout out, and
appreciate it.
So we want to thank you for watching as the handoff goes up the middle and goes nowhere there. And
brought down
Perry English says that he says in the chat, Keith, our boy, is the Rusk defensive coordinator.
Okay.
And so shout out to Mr. English.
And that was Ramos on the tackle there, number 56 for Rusk.
And we also appreciate everybody that's chatting with us. George makes the pass underneath, tries to find Summerlin, and just couldn't do it.
Yeah, he had to get out of there.
Well, he was getting a little bit of heat from, I believe it was Aiden Lowe, number 22 from the backside.
Those Rusk Eagles, they're getting after it now. They don't want to give him time to sit back there and find somebody.
Right. And I want to thank Mr. Random on the chat, letting us know that I had the sound turned off. And an interception as George throws a pick to number 44, Carter Holland, who takes it down. He's to the 5. Touchdown, Rusk. And the screen play did not work yet again, and touchdown.
I'll tell you what hurt him on that.
Throwing it to the wrong player?
So the last 2 plays, as the blitz is coming, he turns his shoulders to try to get out of the pocket, and then he decides to throw the ball without resetting and looking at the receiver. So he's just throwing based off of memory. I remember somebody was there.
Yes.
And so he threw it, and the defender was standing right there. I mean, who was it, Holland? He didn't have to go nowhere for that.
Carlos Gallen with a point after attempt. It's up, and it's good. So just like that, up by a touchdown and a little bit more, 14-6 is your score. We'll be right back as Rusk takes a little bit more of a lead here in this game with 7:43 left in the second half, or the third quarter. How about that? In the third quarter. Sorry about that. We'll be right back.
Whatever it is you wrangle, whatever seeds you sow, or what you choose to grow, at Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, we're proud to protect all Texans.
Let's go.
And we're back on after a touchdown by Rusk for an interception by Carter Holland. And as we keep doing shout-outs, I guess I want to shout out to my wife, Charity Whitman, who came on. She does a shout-out to Vince and I and Christian.
I appreciate you listening.
And, of course, she has to take credit for everything that, she's involved in. As she said that they scored because I just logged on. So we'll give you credit, baby.
Well, I'll say this. I'm pretty sure Rusk loves that you're on.
Oh, I'm sure, yes.
Because they haven't stopped celebrating yet.
Well, of course not. They just did an interception and a run back for a touchdown. Pick six are always fun. But always shout out to my wife and a shout out to my daughter, who I don't know if she's listening or not. She's down at college living her best life, so she might be every once in a while. But here's the kickoff after the touchdown. And hit the helmet. That hit him that time.
Uh-oh.
And he fumbles and bumbles and gets it.
Wow. Down at the 15. No, the 10. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and that was Abraham Posada. And he just couldn't get a hold of that. That hit him in the helmet, Vince.
It did.
And
it's just a lot of mental mistakes being made right now by Mount Vernon.
He watched it a little bit too closely as it came forward. You would have thought he would put his hands up.
I wonder if he lost it in the lights or something.
I don't know. Speaking of, I just looked at these stadium lights.
They're different.
They are, wow.
They're very bright.
And I'll tell you, at Kaufman last week, and these don't do it, at Kaufman last week, their lights blinked when they got a touchdown.
Really?
Yeah, they went off and on.
Oh, that's cool.
And, of course, I was talking, speaking of my wife, but I was talking to her, and I told Christian, back in my day, as the handoff up the middle to Ross goes for about 3 yards and a good stop. And that's going to be a stop by Marley Gonzalez and company for the Rusk Eagles. But I was telling Christian and my wife as well, and she understood as well, but back in my day, you turned off the lights, you had to wait 45 minutes to an hour before they were able to come back on.
Yeah.
So if you turned out the lights after a touchdown, the game was over. You were done. You went home.
It's over with. We're through.
Second down and 7. George hands off to Ross. Ross runs it up the left-hand side, but is hit and brought down for a loss.
Rusk is really getting after it.
So Ross for a loss, and Arthur Hill, and I believe also was that Aiden Barnett? No, that was Zamian Tilley. So Rusk, Coach Sitton and his defensive coordinator, Hunter Ramsey, they decided at halftime to really bring up the pressure and do some good things. And they've done a good job so far. There's a handoff to Ross that time, and he gets past the initial line of scrimmage but doesn't make the line to gain. And so it's going to be a 4th down and around 2. And it looks like the punt team for Mount Vernon is going to head out.
Yeah.
Which, I
normally would have went for it with a tailback like Ross, but right now you got to get the momentum back. So
And Ross has been stopped 2 or 3 times.
Exactly, yeah.
Behind the line of scrimmage or right at the line of scrimmage. So I agree with you, but I also agree with me. 5 minutes, 50 seconds left in the third quarter. That ball is going to go straight out of bounds, and it's going to be marked at about the 34-yard line. Not a good kick.
But like I was saying, like I understand the punt.
Yes.
Right now, like I would have done that. I would have went for it. In normal situations, but like you said, they stopped Ross the last three carries. So
yeah. But they did have. I'll say this: in the first half, Mount Vernon, like an old vehicle, takes a little bit longer to get going.
They do.
Yeah, So that engine's got to get going.
Yeah,
but
hit the gas
you don't want to wait too long.
No.
Let's see how Rusk's offense does this time to get it into the end zone, because they got defensive now in the end zone. Let's see how offensively they do. Handoff up the middle. That one's going to be.
That's number 24 on the carry. That's Kyle Hooper. The it doesn't say whether he's a junior or senior.
Was that 24 or 34?
I thought it was 24.
No, it's 24. You're right.
Yeah, 24.
Are they trying to be like Ross up there and put a big boy in the backfield and run him up the middle?
Actually, I'm sorry. It does say he's a senior.
Yeah, he is a senior.
He's a senior.
Kyle Hooper. So he's going to stay in the backfield next to Stearns. And he's going to get it again. And
wow.
He's met at the line of scrimmage, but does gain about 2, I believe.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to give him with 5 minutes left in the second quarter.
Tackle was by number 45, Diaz.
So it's going to be third down and about 5.5. They're going to say 6, but I'm going to, be more correct. But it's going to be 3rd and 6. 5.5, but 3rd and 6.
Yeah.
Tumbling, and Arthur Hill going to go out twin set to the left-hand side. And Mount Vernon showing blitz.
Yeah.
And so a change of play, and a timeout's going to be called by Rusk, because they did not like what was being shown at all.
I tell you what, you're going to have to win this game in this third quarter. Nobody's going to have any timeouts left.
Yeah, that's
to
definitely.
try to win it in the last minute or two.
Oh, yes. So they're going to walk back out there. A real short time, timeout, as Sitton and probably Nick Smith, the offensive coordinator, had a little conversation trying to work something out as Mount Vernon's defense tried to manipulate a little bit with a show of force. Stearns to the right-hand side, a pass, and it's caught by Tilley. Tilley breaks a tackle or two, but it's taken out of bounds.
Yeah, it looks like he was taken out of bounds by number 9, Scott Segala.
And as Segala does take him out of bounds, but it's not enough to stop him before he gets the first down. And a first down he has for Rusk, and they are getting closer and closer and taking more time off the clock, even though that did stop. I'm surprised they stopped the clock. He was drug out of bounds. Usually they don't do that.
Yeah, usually they let it keep running.
But 4:14 left in the third quarter. There's a snap and a little fumble, but Stearns keeps it, does a good job, goes to the outside, cuts up the middle to the 5, and to the 1-yard line. That's where they're going to stop him. And he almost got in the end zone, Vince.
He was almost there. He was brought down by number 11, Will Tucker.
And that was a busted play. That was not a plan. He lost the ball, and he grabbed onto it like a loaf of bread. Like he was just
he just thought quickly, go. Just get out of here.
And he just ran, and I've got to give props to the wide receiver to the outside, and I believe that was Tumbling on the right-hand side who made a block. He was well aware there's going to be handoff up the middle, number 24, into the end zone, touchdown.
Touchdown.
And Kyle Hooper gets in there for the touchdown, and the confetti flies.
Wow.
And they spelled Rusk correctly as the flags go across. I would have trouble with that, but they did a good job. Touchdown for the Eagles.
I must say, the Eagles got into the halftime. They figured it out. They're moving the ball now. I mean, this is a whole different team.
It really is. Here's the point after attempt. It's blocked and goes out of the back of the end zone. So with 4 minutes, 3 seconds left in the third quarter, the Rusk Eagles come out of halftime with both, well, I won't say that, but with all cylinders running. 20-6 is the score. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. And we are back as Carlos Gallen and the Rusk Eagles get set to kick off after the touchdown. They're up 20-6 with just over 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Here's the kick. And that's going to be fielded by Doss this time. Doss to the outside. He almost got
room.
He almost got back last half, but well played by the Eagles this time, and I'm trying to figure out who that is. Who is that, 22? Yeah, that's Hunter Carroll.
22.
And so the Eagle defense going to head out again and see if they can stop Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon unable to get anything going so far in this half. You know, they did a good job.
Yeah.
Despite the score, they did a good job in the first half. They just had kind of getting themselves going. They had the penalties and everything going.
They're kind
the
of
fumbles
getting in their own way.
Yeah.
I mean, again, they should have had about 28 points if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Fumble.
And speaking of fumbles, but he does fall back on it, so good job and heads-up play by the offense. So let's see what the offense can get going here. They've been 3 and out last time. So George hands off to Ross. Ross gets taken down. And I'll tell you what, Vince, this defense is not the defense we saw in the first half.
No.
This is something different. Carter Holland was a part of that, and I'm going to give props, and I believe it's number 55, if I'm correct, Jacob Lopez, his counterpart there on the defensive line. Those two have given Ross a little bit of a run for their money so far. And a handoff to Ross again. Now, oh, no, that's not Ross. Who was that? 21. No, who was that? That was different. He was a little bit more finesse.
24. That's a Fountain.
Bryson Fountain. He's a running back.
Yeah.
He's sophomore.
Yeah, sophomore.
I was going to say, that didn't look like the guy from old.
No.
So the punt team back out on the field. So another 3 and out, so to speak, from Edgar Munoz. And he's a senior kicker. A little high on it, but there's the punt.
Oh, that's got some room.
So Tumbling going to get it, and he gets hit immediately. Only gains about 11 yards on that. Tries. That's not Tumbling. I apologize. That's Arthur Hill, number 7. Looked like number 1.
And we have the Rusk Eagles coming right back out on offense. You know, even the Mount Vernon defense has stalled a little bit. You know, like I said, they've been able to pick up that blitz, and it's kind of changed everything. Like the momentum is completely shifted.
Yeah,
over the
it's a different thing. Here's a pass to the outside, and it's going to go incomplete.
intended for number 7, Arthur Hill.
Jaden Doss was on coverage.
Pass is incomplete. Going up second down, team.
Handoff up the middle, and a good hole
Yeah.
by Kyle Hooper.
Kyle Hooper.
22, Kyle Hooper on the carry. Tackle made by number 11, Will Tucker. Gain of 7, third down and 3.
Hooper on the carry again. And he fumbles.
Fumble ball, and it's picked up by Mount Vernon.
Mount Vernon gets it.
And that is what they needed.
Picked up by number 28, Gertuez. I hope I say it right. Gertuez. I hope I'm saying it right. Y'all forgive me if it's wrong. I'm sorry. I'm just a middle-aged East Texan. I don't know nothing. But it was nice. He basically, fumbled the ball and Gertuez just tracked it. It almost like it came right to him.
Now here comes the offense, and Mount Vernon now going to try and see what they can get going. And a pass to the outside.
Oh,
and whoa, goodness
God.
gracious. And Russ Homer was introduced very effectively.
Adrian Perry. My God. You didn't have to hit him that hard. Big hit. Big hit.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 9. Handoff up the middle. That's going to be number 24, Bryson Fountain.
Yeah. So it's like, what, 3rd and 9? Fountain still in the backfield. George takes the snap.
Throws it to the outside, has a receiver open, but he goes down. And that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter.
With the score still 14-6. Rusk Eagles.
We'll be right back.
Whatever it is you wrangle, whatever seeds you sow, or what you choose to grow, at Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, we're proud to protect all Texans.
Have you sustained a bone, joint, work, or sports injury? Problems with mobility or movement? Suffer with pain? Contact Azalea Orthopedics. Our specialists serve patients across East Texas. For proven, trusted medical care, you have a choice. Demand Azalea.
And the kickoff. Vince, we got any scores from around the area?
Let's see what we got here. I think some came in. Just
While you're looking at that, I want to thank all the people that are chatting with us.
Let's see if I can find an updated score. Okay, Kilgore updated 24-7.
Got a handoff up the middle by Rusk. And that's going to be number 10, I believe, Van Dorian Horn. And Rusk just on a little bit of a tear here with a 9-yard run by Horn. It's going to be second down and 1 to go as we start the fourth quarter here at Jim Swink Field. And NetSN will be doing some, we're doing a lot of Rusk games this season. We're excited to do a lot of games throughout the area of East Texas. We're not, like I said earlier, we are not affiliated with any school in East Texas, and we do this for free. The schools do not pay us to do this. So we do this because we love the game of football and we love these kids. A run up the middle again, and I believe that was Horn one more time. And I think they're going to get a first down out of it. Let's see. Yep, they're going to move the chains.
First down. Yeah. Looks like Frisco Legacy is up 14-9 over Brook Hill. Let's see here. The last update in Tyler is Tyler High up 36 over Tyler Legacy 24.
How's the Chapel Hill Gilmore game? Do we have an update on that one?
Let's see if we get an update on that one.
But
update on Chapel Hill Gilmore is Chapel Hill 19, Gilmore 15.
Right on. Man in motion is Tilly, and we have a flag on the play. And it's going to be, I believe, a delay of game. Yep, delay of game on Rusk, so that'll back him up. But once again, we do this because we love what we do, but we're going to be doing a lot of games, and we have about 5 crews, I believe, Vince.
Yeah, I think it's about 5.
Throughout East Texas. We're but one, and so we will be throughout. I think tonight we have a team that is doing.
We got a team that's
in
doing
center. Got a center game.
Team. We also have a team at Brook Hill.
We had a team last night that did a game. Excuse me. Handoff to Horn again, and he gets a good 6 yards on that play.
Looks like it's going to be second and.
Looks like about 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8. Okay.
And football's not all we do. We do baseball. We do basketball. Softball.
Softball.
So we are equal opportunity throughout the area, and we do many schools throughout the year. And we just enjoy what we do, and we thank you again for watching. Stearns in the back. He throws wide open receiver and a good defensive play.
Off.
As Arthur Hill was there, but so was the defender, and I believe that was who was that?
That was number
Vince?
3.
Yep.
Posada.
Yeah, Abraham Posada, and he's the one who did a very good job in the first half on this side of the field.
Yeah.
On the defense. And step for step and made a good stop that would have been in for a touchdown. So 9:26 left to play in the half. It's going to be 3rd down and 8. And Stearns rolls out to the right-hand side. Has a wide-open receiver to the outside. And that's going to be Marley Gonzalez with the catch. Gets cross midfield into Tiger territory. Down to about the 45-yard line is where, no, 46-yard line is where they're going to mark it. So just like that, the Eagles are in Tiger territory. Marley Gonzalez kind of nimbly walking off the field. And Zachary Adams coming in for him. Clock still running down, 8:57. Stearns hands off up the middle. That's Horn to the outside. No, breaks it. Breaks the tackle. Breaks another tackle. Still going down to the 30. And that wasn't Horn. Excuse me, that was Lane.
Yeah, that was Drew Lane on that one.
And Drew Lane with some good moves there. Gets another first down. and keeps the clock moving with 8:43 left in the ball game. As Rusk still leads 20-6. And there's a handoff, and that's back to Lane. Drew Lane to the outside on the right-hand side off tackle, but doesn't make it very far. In fact, gets back to the original line of scrimmage. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Clock still running, however, almost at 8 minutes left. So 2nd down and 10. Stearns in the backfield.
All right, here we go. Got a couple of guys in motion.
Twins to the left. Stearns hands off. That's
I didn't catch the number.
I did not catch that either.
A little extra.
And we got some extracurricular activities going down on the field. No flag thrown, which is a shocker. But the coaches for Rusk stepped in pretty quickly and thwarted any kind of issue. So a good job by them before anything went off. Tempers are going to flare in this type of game, especially as how hard both of these teams are playing. So 3rd down and 8. Bonin in motion. Handoff up the middle, wide open. And that's Lane. Lane goes to the 20,
again.
15. And he's hit out of bounds, and they're going to mark it at the 15-yard line. And another 1st down. And the clock, however, stops with that one. Next week, we will be in Diboll as Rusk will travel to Diboll to take on that game. And that's going to be Jaron. And then Carlisle will have a team in Brook Hill. No, correction, I'm sorry. That's going to be the week after that. It's going to be a double reverse.
Oh, wow.
And in there for a touchdown, that's Zamarin Tilly. And it wasn't a double reverse, but it was a reverse. And so, once again,
wow.
Touchdown
I mean,
by Rusk.
it's 2 different games. 2 completely different games.
Yeah, from the first half to the second half, Rusk is 2 different teams. And the point after attempt is up, and it's good. So with 6:32 left in the ball game, Rusk leads 27-6 over Mount Vernon. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Whatever it is you wrangle, whatever seeds you sow, or what you choose to grow, at Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, we're proud to protect all Texans.
Have you sustained a bone, joint, work, or sports injury? Problems with mobility or movement? Suffer with pain? Contact Azalea Orthopedics. Our specialists serve patients across East Texas. For proven, trusted medical care, you have a choice. Demand Azalea.
And we are back at Jim Swink Field at Eagle Stadium on the campus of Rusk High School in Rusk, Texas. Beautiful town, beautiful stadium. I'll tell you what, I have to say, and not to embarrass myself, I went to the restroom right when I got here. The nicest bathroom at a high school stadium I have ever been to in my entire life, Vince.
Wow.
I mean, it really is. I walked in and I was like, holy moly, this is beautiful. There's the kickoff, and I believe Doss has it. He's dangerous. But he breaks 2 tackles, and he gets hit and slung down, and a flag is flying. A little bit of laundry on the field as Aiden Lowe gets up a little slow. He is the one that made the tackle. And another player, Mount Vernon player, is on the floor. And that's Doss a little slow to get up.
Yeah.
But a flag is down. No, they wave it off. I guess he was just wanting to get a little workout on his arm with that flag throw. Not sure why, but okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was about. He waved it off, though.
He did. So 6:23 left. Mount Vernon will have it at the 22-yard line. And that's a lot to make up with a little bit of time. It can be done. I've seen it. You've seen it. But
yeah. I mean, again, we're talking about a team that, due to their own mishaps, left about 20-something points on the field.
Yeah, here's George, handoff up the middle once again, and he tripped over his own foot. My dad called that self-tackleization.
I like it.
Bryson Fountain, and we're not seeing Ross much in this one. I guess they need speed.
Yeah, we got a couple of players down.
Yeah, and it's this time of year of the cramp.
Yeah.
It takes a couple of weeks. I mean, yes, they do the 2-a-days and they do the practices and things like that, but they also can stop and you're not going as hard.
Yeah.
You think you would during practice, but you really don't.
No.
As you do all out for a game. And so you lose a lot and you get cramped up.
And trust me, there are cramps in 2-a-days too. Everybody's cramped.
Oh yeah.
So
24-7, Kilgore leads White House still. Pine Tree 29, Van 20. That's a good score right there. Back to the action. It's going to be 2nd down and 8. George with the snap, handoff up to the outside, not up the middle, but up to the outside. That's going to be Fountain again. Gain of about 2. So he's getting 2 at a time, but that's not going to do much.
I wonder what happened to Ross.
I don't know if he got hurt or if he's not what they need in this package.
It looks like Coach may have been upset with something that he had done. They brought him back out, and they haven't put him back in since.
Not quite sure. But we got a 3rd down. George back with the throw to the outside, and it's caught, but down he goes quickly. And trying to see who that is. That's going to be number 13, Salinas. He's the go-to man.
He's their go-to.
And rightfully so. He's a great receiver for Mount Vernon.
He's put up a lot of numbers for them tonight.
And I'm going to say this, and it's just the same as with Rusk last week. Mount Vernon, don't let the score fool you. They are a good little football team.
Yeah.
They just have not had the wind blow in their direction as much. And you had what? You've had 3 turnovers. You have and in inconvenient places, and the punt goes for Mount Vernon down to about the 38-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 40-yard line of Rusk. But I mean, when you fumble the ball at the 2-yard line when you're about to get a touchdown, when you run it all the way back on a punt return and you get that call back on a penalty,
call back,
you get 4 or 5 offsides penalties, giving an opportunity. I mean, you lose yourself in those things.
Yeah, you're giving the game away. And over time, mentally, it does wear on you.
And it does.
And I can see how they're playing now. They're not near as aggressive as they were in the first half.
And the defense has been on the field more in the second half, and they're not as gung-ho as they were in the first half to put it on them. And it's giving Rusk more time. Now, Rusk has made the adjustments. And speaking of Rusk, here's a play up the middle. That's going to be number 10, Vandorian Horn, who gets across midfield and a first down to about the 46-yard line.
Yeah. Tackle was made by number 11, Will Tucker.
They're going to mark it at the 47-yard line of Mount Vernon, and the clock's still going to run at about 4:37. They're going to mark it, or they're going to get the clock back running once the changer's set. They should already be running the clock. I do not know why they're not.
I don't know why.
I do not know why they're not. I do not know why they're not.
Clock should be moving, guys.
Yeah, it should be moving, but they're not going to. And so that's going to be Drew Lane off the right-hand side. Finds a lane.
Miss.
And you can tell the frustration because you have players of Mount Vernon just slamming their hands on the ground when things are not going their way.
Yeah.
Because they're playing hard. It's rough when you play as hard as you've been playing.
Yeah. And it's not showing on the scoreboard.
And you got a personal foul there with a face mask. So that's going to be. And why the referee. It's a personal foul on Mount Vernon, and the referee's going the wrong way. There we go. So Mount Vernon gets a personal foul, face mask, 15-yard penalty. So that's going to back them that way. So once again, you're giving yardage where you don't need to be. So if you're Rusk right now, you run the ball.
You just run the ball.
And take as much time off the clock as you can. Because right now you have the game in hand.
Yeah.
Twins left. Stearns in the backfield. Handoff up the middle. That's exactly what he does. Lane finds an open crease, does a little spin move. And somebody
down at the 2.
Somebody punched the X button on that one and moved him with the little spin there.
Yeah. Wow.
Gets down to the 2-yard line, first and goal. And it looks like Rusk might score again. And why the clock is not running, I don't know. Now I know because they called a timeout. Timeout, Mount Vernon. And we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Whatever it is you wrangle, whatever seeds you sow, or what you choose to grow, at Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, we're proud to protect all Texans.
Back here in Rusk, 4 minutes left in the ball game, and the Eagles have the ball on the 2-yard line. Handoff up the middle to number 24. That's going to be Kyle Hooper, who got the touchdown on the other end last quarter.
Yeah.
From about 2 or 3 yards out, gets about a yard. Actually, no, loses a yard. And the clock is running 3:43, 3:41 now. 26-22 over in Chapel Hill as Chapel Hill leads Gilmer now. With probably now in the fourth quarter. Big game there for the Bulldogs. And that's going to be a handoff to the outside. Lane gets taken down in the backfield by number 4. Is that Homer? Yep.
He went too far back. I got Cattle Mills 24, Bullard 21 in the fourth quarter.
Whew. And one thing I do love, Vince, and I've said this at many, many games, I'm looking across the way here. We're on the home side stands here. Nobody is left from the Mount Vernon side. They are there. They're cheering on their team. Handoff to the outside, and he's going to make it to the 5. Oh, down to the 1, and Lane almost got in, and he got brought down in a great defensive play by Carson Summerlin.
He was really trying to.
And he was, but Summerlin just grabbed on and pulled him down. Great job by Mount Vernon's defense, and Summerlin saved that touchdown. 2:36.
Oh, wait, we got a flag.
And a flag on the play, and it's going to be on Rusk. I didn't see that, Vince. Good job. Did you see what it was? It looked like it was
I
going to
didn't
be.
see what it was. I just noticed that
Well,
that flag was, the laundry was laying out there.
it's a personal foul because it's they backed him up pretty far.
Wow.
Well, let's see. Hold on. Nope, it's not. It's actually going to be a holding penalty. So it's a 10-yard penalty. So holding's the only thing I can think of that would pull him back that far. 2:32 left. Clock is still running. It's third down and goal from the 17-yard line. The Rusk drum line going, and we have a timeout by Rusk. So Rusk going to take a timeout and figure things out with 2:11 left. So we're going to look at see if we got any scores. And if you're watching, go ahead and chat with us a little bit. Let us know how you liked the game, and also want to let you know we have other games on our YouTube channel. And you can go around and look at those. And we do have games coming up all season long. And we're trying to add on. We'll be adding on more and more as the season goes. And we do have basketball season, like we said. We do baseball season, softball season. So we're trying to grow, and we've been growing over the years. And we do have opportunities for growth. And we have opportunities for sponsorships. So if it's something you would like to do, if you'd like to be a sponsor for a team or for everything and all the things that we do, we have that opportunity. You can go to our app, or you can go to netsn.live as our website, and you can message us and let us know. We would love for you to be a part of our team. There's a snap to Stearns. Up the middle goes... I believe that was, trying to figure out who that was. Is that 18? Is that Lane again? Yep, that's Drew Lane up the middle. And that'll just run the clock. And I bet you, Vince, they're just going to run the play clock down as low as they can with 1:52 left in the ball game.
Yeah.
And then they'll call their final timeout, which I didn't know they had already called a timeout. I thought that they had not. If anybody has any scores that they want to update, you can go to our app and update, or you can chat with us and let us know what scores you have. We're trying to get scores. There's a timeout by Rusk with 1:23 left in the ball game. But like we said before on the sponsorships, we don't charge the schools. We do this absolutely for free. We only take sponsorships, and we have good things for that. But we do this, and I'm speaking for Vince, I'm sure, but we love the games. We love the kids. I work in education. I work at a school, and I think almost everybody that's here either works in some capacity with education or with kids in some which way or another, and we love what we do, and we do it because we like it, not because we make a killing in money, because this is not why we do this. We do this because of the kids, but we are all sponsorship based. So if you would like to be a sponsor and be a part of the NetSN team as a sponsor, we would love for you to do that. No pressure, but we would love for you to do that. All right, we're going for a field goal. This is unique in the end. A fumble snap. Wow. It goes over the head. Look like Tony Romo out there trying to get the ball. That ages me a little bit, doesn't it? So a turnover on downs with 1:19 left. Mount Vernon will get the ball back. And, if you keep watching, and you can listen to myself and some of the other teams, but you get me, you get my wonderful wit and wisdom and dad jokes. And of course, sometimes intern Claire, my daughter, will be back into town, and she'll be with me, and you'll get our witty banter back and forth because we are awesome. But I love being with Vince, too, and then I get to be with Christian, and Brett has his team, and sometimes Brett and I are together. Especially in playoff season.
We get a good mix going.
Oh, yeah. We try to make it not boring. Good hit.
Wow.
He knocked him backwards.
That was number 13 on the hit, Carlos Galen.
That looked like me trying to get out of bed in the morning. I kind of fly back,
Yeah.
take that first step. You're like, wait a second, whoa.
Yeah.
And my wife chimed in a little bit. She says, like listening to my husband as I work in my... Yes, my wife is working. She's a night owl and works sometimes. She will probably be asleep by the time I get home, however. George in the backfield. Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle.
Nowhere to go.
Went right into the arms.
Help but wonder what happened to him.
I'm wondering that too, and I wish I knew.
Because I saw them pitch him the ball.
Yeah.
And he dropped it. And
That's the last we saw.
Yeah, that's the last we saw him. The coach brought him off to the sideline and was trying to explain something to him.
It's like there's a wardrobe over there, and he's in Narnia somewhere. We don't know where he is.
Yeah. And they just didn't put him back in after that.
Nope, hadn't seen him. I hope he's not hurt. That's the thing. And I don't think he is.
I didn't think he was. They just brought him off because they were frustrated with the play.
Last play of the
How to play
game,
him.
it's going to be a handoff and nowhere to go but backwards. And 3, 2, and 1. And that's the
There
ball
it
game,
is.
ladies and gentlemen. And your final here from Rusk is the Rusk Eagles 27, Mount Vernon Tigers 6. And what started out to be a nip and tuck game ended up being a blowout by Rusk, and they make up for the loss last week and looked pretty good, Vince. And
They did. They
and
really
I
did.
hope Mount Vernon doesn't take too much to this, because I think they're a good team, and I think they can
they
bounce
are,
back,
too.
and
Yeah.
and they're going to show. It is the second game of the season, and it's all uphill until the playoffs or until the district comes up in a couple of weeks. So
So you got time to figure it out.
you got time to figure it out. We're going to look at a couple more scores real quick. I'm going to look at mine, Vince. If you'll look at yours before we sign off.
I think I had Chapel Hill 26. Or, hold
Is
on.
that a final?
No, it wasn't a final yet, but it was Chapel Hill 26, Gilmer 29.
Well, now I have 33-29.
Okay. All right.
Chapel Hill.
So it's going
with
back
9
and
minutes
forth.
left
Yeah.
in the ball game. I have. Let's see.
I have a final from Jefferson, 47 Jefferson, 38 Newton.
Wow. I have 29-20 still for the Van and Pine Tree game.
I have, now this hasn't been updated in a while, but
The Bullard one.
no, not the Bullard one. This is New Diana 42, Gladewater 0.
Right. Yeah, and I don't have many updated games for you.
Yeah, I guess everybody's watching them.
Yep, everybody's having fun watching them.
Yeah.
Well, so that's going to do it for us here at Rusk. We're glad that you watched. We're glad that you're listening, and we hope that you continue to do it. Go ahead and look at our website, NetSN Live. Go ahead and look at our YouTube page, and you can find us on X at NetSN_live as well. Of course, you're watching, you're already at our YouTube. Go ahead, look around. We might have some other games that are still on. Once we go off the air, you can go around and find our other games, and you can also see our tags for the games that are coming up. And you can go ahead and mark those to remind you when those games are going to be started, when those games are coming up. Hey, we're glad that you're watching. Glad to have Vince with me. Glad to have Christian on the camera. And for the rest of the NetSN crew, this is Keith Whitman from Jim Swink Field at Eagle Stadium in Rusk, Texas, signing off. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.
All right, peace.
Lean on your brother tonight. Let your brother count on you every play tonight. Okay? And come out and have fun. The gates are locked. Ain't nobody getting out now. They can't run. The gates are locked. Let's bring the